I'm Laura and welcome to class today. Today's class is going to focus on the upper body and you will need 2 light weights. Now if you don't have take 2. Hi, I'm Laura and welcome to class today. Today's class is going to focus on the upper body and you will need 2 light dumbbells. Mine are 1.5 kilograms. And if you don't have light weights at home, you could grab 2 tins out of the kitchen cupboard. You could grab 2 bottles of water or anything that you have around the house that you can substitute as weights. You can also do the class without any weights at all. So if you do have something around that you can grab that and then make your way to your mat. So you're going to take your dumbbells to the sides of your mat so they're ready for the first time that we need them. And we're going to start in an all fours position. So bringing your hands directly underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the pelvis. And we want to just bring our spine into a neutral position. So that place where we have all the natural curves of the spine. So we want to get a sense of the crown of the head reaching forwards, the tailbone reaching back. The 3 bones at the front of the pelvis, the 2 pelvic bones and the pubic bone, level with the floor. And we're drawing the navel into the spine. We're gently lifting the pelvic floor up, really engaging the deep abdominal muscles. And then take some deep breaths here. So breathing in to expand the ribs to the sides and the back. And then use your out breath to really feel the narrowing of the rib cage. Now as you breathe in, just get a sense of how it feels to be in this position. And it takes effort. So what we don't want to feel is that we're sinking, because the shoulders start to lift up, the head starts to droop, the lower back starts to arch. We want to feel that we're active in this position as we're breathing. Now using each out breath to reinforce that feeling of navel towards the spine, pelvic floor lifting. And we're now going to bring some movement to the spine. So on your next out breath, tip your pelvis backward, round your lower back. And then use your in breath to reach the tailbone back and bring your pelvis level with the mat again. So out breath, we tip the pelvis backwards, feel the abdominals doing the work. And then use your in breath, feel how we almost release that position of the pelvis. Now taking this into the rest of the spine, so use your out breath to tip the pelvis backwards, round your lower back. Then we start to lift the waist up to the ceiling, the back ribs lift, the chest starts to hollow from the ground, and we arch the neck and the head forwards. Inhale here, and then take a feeling of reaching the tailbone back. Pelvis comes level to the floor, lower back lengthens, waist, rib cage, neck and head come forwards last. And we're going to do this 2 more times. So breathing in, exhale, gradually roll up through the spine. And you're feeling how the abdominals really pull as far away from the floor as possible to round your back up to the ceiling. Now as you're lengthening, try and feel the sense of getting more space between the vertebrae. So you're elongating the spine from crown to tail. And last time, so feeling the stretch of your back as we do this, getting that stretch around the shoulder blades, around the upper back, and then as you find a neutral position, we're going to hold it here, and we're going to take a hinge back. So you're going to hinge back as far as you can, keep your alignment, and then come forwards, and just move a little further forwards, just as far as your wrists allow you to. So we're going to go back on our in-breath, and forwards on your out-breath. What you want to check in is when you go back, that you're not allowing your back to round or your tailbone to sink up to the ceiling. We want to feel that we're keeping this alignment throughout. Now you're just going to do 1 more of these. And when you come forwards, we're going to go halfway back. Now we're going to slide the right arm forwards along the mat. And you're going to feel like you're bringing that right shoulder to the floor, that armpit into the ground. And then you're going to press into the left arm, slide the right hand back in. And let's go again. So sliding the hand out, armpit towards the ground, and then press and lift. So really stretching around the shoulder joint now. And you're going to get some activation through this arm that's bending, because that's going to have to push you back up. So So we're really stretching, mobilizing, warming up around the upper body, around our shoulder joints, because we're going to be doing lots of lifting of our dumbbells today. So we're just going to do one more with our left arm going forward, find that nice stretch, and then come all the way back out. I'm just going to slightly move my dumbbells forward a little. Now our right hand is going to go outwards. Now I'm going to bring the front of my shoulder towards the floor, and this is going to give me a stretch across the front of my shoulder and into my chest. And then I'm going to come back in and change sides. So we're sliding out, that shoulder comes down. I'm just turning my head to get that extra stretch. And we're just going to do one more each way, so sliding and reaching out, stretching the chest, coming back in. Feeling that you're still supporting the rest of your spine, so you're feeling the abdominals draw in and up. Now when we come back in, we're going to keep this position. Keep your neutral alignment through your spine, abdominals drawing in and up. We're going to do our sternum drop. So the chest sinks between the arms, the shoulder blades slide now on your upper back. And then you feel the chest slightly lift away from the floor and the shoulder blades widen on your upper back. Now we're going to keep going with this action, shoulder blades moving back on the rib cage and then forwards on the rib cage. Really trying to isolate that forwards and backwards movement and not get any upwards or downwards. And we're checking that the spine doesn't move as we do this. So when the shoulder blades sink or draw into the spine, draw back on the rib cage, we're not arching our back. And when the shoulders widen or move forwards on the rib cage, we're not rounding. So we're really working hard to maintain our neutral position. Now the next time you feel that position where your shoulder blades are wide on your upper back, we're going to hold that and you're going to take your dumbbell in your right hand. Now really working those stabilizing muscles of the spine now to keep your alignment. What we want to check is we're not swaying over to that left side, keeping our body central to the mat. And on your out breath, you're going to narrow the shoulder blade in towards the spine and lift your dumbbell up. And on your out breath, we're going to lower it down and that shoulder blade widens on your upper back. So we exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Now every time that dumbbell lifts, feel that your shoulder blade's sliding down your back. And we're just going to do 3 and 2. Widening the chest, getting the upper back working. Last 1. Now when the dumbbell finds the mat, we're going to reach the arm forwards this time. So the action of lifting the arms coming from drawing the shoulder blade down and then lower it to the ground. And lift and lower. Now you're only going to lift the dumbbell as far as you can, keep that shoulder blade down. So you're really going to feel the muscles that draw the shoulder down, that lat and those mid-back muscles. Around the shoulder as well, because that's the muscles that are activating the extension through the shoulder. And just 2 more. And last one, use your out breath to lift. Now we're going to lift it one more time and you're going to circle the arm all the way around to the hip and then circle the arm all the way around to the front. Now we've only got 3 more. Circle around to the hip and around to the front. Use your out breath. Keep the arm as far away from the floor as you can. Keep the shoulder blade drawing down. When the arm goes back this time, keep it there. Elbow is lifted and you have a teacup resting on the elbow, so we can't let it drop. Elbow bends and extends. Elbow bends and extends. So tricep extension. Each tricep extension that you do, feel that shoulder blade draw into the spine, draw down the back, really trying to get that feeling of widening the front of the shoulder. And you've just got 2 more. And last one, so when you extend the arm, keep it there. And we've got 10 pulses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm all the way down. Pop the dumbbell down and just take a child's pose. So sit back, arms stretch forwards and breathe. And we've got all that to do on the other side. So bring yourselves up. Hands underneath the shoulders, and this time we're going to take the dumbbell in our left hand. Square the center of our body. with the centre of our mat, shoulders in the middle of our arms. And your out breath, we lift that weight up. In breath, lower. Now remember, when the arm lifts, the shoulder blade draws in. What we don't want is the body rotating towards the arm that's lifting. So it's the upper back muscles that are doing the work here. The muscles that help to retract the shoulder blade in. And we've got one more. And as the arm lowers, we're going to start to go forward. So on your out breath, we lift and lower. Now this for me, on this side, is a lot more challenging because my upper back is really working hard to keep the shoulder down and not let my neck do the work. So you'll notice that my movement isn't as great on this side, and I would much rather you guys do the same than have the arm lifting and the shoulder lifting. So we're going to do 2 more. And last one. Now we lift the arm and we circle it all the way back to the hip. And then all the way back in line with the shoulder. Now this is really challenging now. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling the burn. I'm almost wishing I took lighter weights now, especially for this shoulder. So if you find that as you're doing this workout for yourself as well, you have one side weaker than the other like me, you can opt to do lighter weight on this side, or like me, smaller range. Now the next time we go back, we're going to stay back, draw that shoulder blade back and down, elbow bends and extends. So we're really feeling the work the back of the arm is doing now. And when you extend the arm, think of reaching that pinky finger up towards the ceiling. And 3, don't let the chest turn. 2, abdominals draw in. 1, and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the arm down, pop the weight down, and take your child's pose again. So arms are reaching forwards, really stretch now. Okay, walk your hands in, you can roll it through your spine, and we're going to come down onto our back. So the feet come forwards, and we're just going to adjust our weights first, so bring them more by the sides of your hips, and then take a roll down onto your back. And when you find your position on your back, take a moment to bring your heels in line with your sitting bones, knees the same width as your feet. Level your pelvis so that the 3 bones at the front of your pelvis are level. Your back ribs are heavy, pelvis is heavy, but your lower back feels light. Now you're going to take hold of your dumbbells, and we're just going to feel the neck long, eye gaze forwards on the ceiling. If you need a pillow or a block at the back of your head, you can grab that. And we're going to bend the elbows, and you're going to push the weights up over your shoulders. Now we've done quite a bit of work for the upper back. We're going to work on the chest a little bit now. So you're going to open the arms out to the side, reach the arms wide. Now we're squeezing the chest in as the arms come back up. And we're going to do that again. So we're opening out and squeezing in. And again. So we've got 3 more of these. Now each time the arms widen, because we're getting a stretch across the front of the shoulders, and then we're contracting that area to lift. Check that the ribs stay heavy. We're not arching the back from the mat. Good. Now we're going to stay wide with the arms. You've got to use those chest muscles to push the arms upwards just to keep them still. What we don't want is those arms dropping into the floor. Okay. Now on your out breath, we're going to lift our right leg. In breath, lower. We've got 8 of these. That's number 1 and 2. Keep turning your arm bones out. 3. Make the pelvis and the ribs heavy. Lower back stays light. And we're really trying to feel how still the pelvis is. Really contracting those chest muscles to keep the arms lifted. And we've got 2 and 1. Now pull those arms back up. Excellent. Now this time we're going to take the arms out. Bend the elbows, hands to shoulder, reach them out and pull up. And out, in, out, up, out, in. Make sure the shoulders stay sliding away from the ears. Bend of the elbows is almost like a little relief. Keep the chest wide and those arms reach away from your chest bone. Now last one. Hold it. This time we lift our right leg and left leg to tabletop. Option to do a set of what we've just done, and we're going to toe tap. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Lower one foot and the other. Squeeze those arms back in. Okay, now from here, you're going to take your feet a little bit further away from you, and you're going to start to lower your weights down. Now if you can, guys, you're going to reach the arms forwards and roll yourself up, and the weight should give you a little bit of help with that. Arms reach forwards, we're going to roll back. So we roll back just to our point of control. We're going to stay here, arms stay lifted. Bicep curl. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reach the weights forwards, pull yourself up. 8 sitting. 8, 7, keep those elbows lifted. 6, 5, 4, 3, don't let those elbows drop, lift them higher. 2, grow tall through your spine. Last one. Now we go back and we do 4, 4, 3, 2, 1, roll up. 4, really grow tall. 3, 2, 1, we roll back and we've got 2 to finish. And last one, last 2, and last 1, and we roll back. 1, roll up. 1, we've got 4 of these. Last 2, last 1, and lower your arms down. Excellent. Pop your weights onto the floor and just take any sitting position that's comfortable for your hips and your knees and your lower back. So if you need to prop yourself up on top of something, grab that. And we're just going to roll the shoulders back and down. And then we're going to take a circle with this. So take the arms up, back and down. And again. And one more. Let's roll the shoulders the other way. Back, up, forwards. And let's take the arms in this circle. And last one. And then take your hands back, interlace them, or just grab hold and reach the arms back to stretch your chest. Breathe across the front of your chest. And last one. And release the arms. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you very much for joining me today. If you are interested in live classes, we now have a new business called the Pilates People. So if you are interested, please have a check at the details below in the description. Otherwise, I will see you next week.